Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's called the Business to Business Network Show. My name is Rex Perry. If you're just turning on your radio, we talk business, politics, economics every Saturday here on the radio show. Our next guest is Harry. Harry's calling in. Harry, give us your last name. Introduce yourself, please.
Moser, M-O-S-E-R.
And introduce the topic we're going to talk a little bit about is labeled reshoring. Explain that to the audience.
So reshoring is bringing manufacturing back to the U.S. So products that have been made offshore, China, India, somewhere else, we provide the methodology, the analytical tools, the data to help companies decide to bring that work back to the U.S. and to be more profitable.
And this is really beneficial to the United States for employment and jobs. Kind of give us a little bit of background on the importance of that.
My objective is to eliminate the trade deficit, the $500 billion. We import $500 billion more than we export, and eliminating that will produce about 4 million well-paid manufacturing jobs, maybe 8 million total jobs. It will cut the budget deficit, the U.S. federal budget deficit, approximately in half because of the taxes those people will pay and the safety net benefits they don't have to receive.
And we've got some hurdles here in the United States. Kind of educate the business community about the hurdles that are thrown up sometimes on this concept of reshoring.
Well, one of the hurdles is minerals. There's a long permitting process. It takes 7 to 10 years to get the permits approved to mine. As you know, there's a lot of mining in Arizona, but not as much as there would be if we had a 2 to 3 year permitting process, such as they have in other responsible countries like Canada and Australia.
And this really hits home. Freeport-McMoRan has a large mine down near Tucson, and in the news there's been quite a few forecast layoffs because of basically the cost of copper has gone down, and yet the restrictions and the hurdles are continue to go up.
That's correct. Now, the fact that the prices are down are largely because the Chinese aren't growing as fast. They're not buying the millions of tons of the material they used to buy. So that's a separate question. But we should at least help the companies by taking away unnecessary restrictions.
And let's talk about some of the other type of manufacturing. Give us some examples of other reshoring manufacturings that can come back to the United States that we've lost.
Okay. So in 2014, about 40 to 50,000 manufacturing jobs were brought back to the United States from offshore. My favorite case is GE Appliance Park, where they brought back water heaters and other appliances. Had been having them made in China. They came back here with some of the products. They had the engineers and the factory workers redesign the product, and when they were done, even though the wages here are 5 times as high as in China, the product they made here had a better quality, a better thermal efficiency, and it sells at retail for 20% less than the product they had been importing from China.
So this is a prime example. If we could just be rational and sit down with the environmentalists and some of the other hurdle throwers and try to work out the benefits both to the economy and also to the environment. With our technology, you think that we can bring more jobs back to the United States, right?
Yeah, we can, but the companies have a responsibility here. They tend to put their factories and buy their components where the wages are least and the purchase price is the lowest. It's sort of common sense, but they ignore all kinds of costs like duty, freight, packaging, carrying cost of inventory, impact on innovation when you separate engineering from manufacturing, all kinds of things like that. So we provide a free online total cost of ownership estimator to help them calculate all those costs, and therefore they can make better decisions. So the companies have a responsibility here too, in their own self-interest.
How do they get access to that information? How do they make contact with you?
They can go to our website, reshorenow.org, and this estimator is there, all kinds of data on what industries, 800 companies that have done it, et cetera. And there's an email address there to email me and ask for help. And we're here to help the companies make better decisions.
And spell that. It's reshoring.com.
RESHORENOW, reshorenow.org.
reshorenow.org is the website, everybody. Yep. And a lot of business people don't understand that if they do the math, that's what basically you're saying. If they do the math, there's ways to make money, save money, and keep everything here in the United States versus shipping it overseas, correct?
Yep. I was out in Phoenix earlier this year speaking at the ISM, Institute of Supply Management annual conference, and I presented there on this subject.
Well, this is great information. We have a lot of business manufacturing that's coming to Arizona because our costs are relatively low here. And at the same time, a lot of people don't know if they get the right information, if they make contact with you and your organization, you can help them crunch the numbers. Because, Harry, you'll agree, it's all about the numbers. It's the bottom line.
Because companies have to do what makes them more profitable, but they have to do the math right to make the right decision.
And let's make it here in Arizona, and let's make it here in the United States, folks. Let's don't ship it overseas or over the border. There's no reason to, and you want to get a hold of Harry. He can get you the information that you need. Harry, is there anything else that you would like to add, anything else I failed to ask you?
Yes, we actually now work with Pennsylvania and Mississippi to help them convince their companies to do the math right, and we'd be delighted to do the same for Arizona.
Let's get Arizona involved in this. This is there's a competition. We got 50 states we're competing with, and the whole world. So let's get involved here. Let's get that website one more time, Harry, please.
reshorenow.org. O-R-G.
reshorenow.org. If you're business manufacturing out there, reach out to Harry. Harry, thank you for being a guest on our show. We got to do a break here. 123bz.com is our website. Everybody stay tuned. We're coming right back.